So now we're going to use something called variables, which are really important in computer programming. We're going to use a variable that we're going to call score in order to keep score. And so you can think of variables really as boxes. And in that box, you could put different numbers, you could put different words. There's lots of different things, but the variable is the thing that stores something else. So in this case, you find variables in the data group of commands. If you notice, there's nothing there until you make one. So you click make a variable. We're going to call it do for all sprites. And we're going to call that variable score. You hit OK. And now, all of a sudden, you have a variable called score, just like we had direction before. It's in an oval. And that means it's holding some value. So in this case, its value is 0. And it automatically will display it in the corner if this is checked. If you don't want it to show the score, then you can uncheck it. That's true of any variable. But we want the score to be seen. So the next thing you need to do is we need to set score to 0. In the beginning of the game, it'll automatically reset. So you pull that set score to 0 near the top. And then what should we give a point for? Every time they hit the ball, let's give the player a point. So this little if loop here is where the ball is touching sprite 1. And that's bothering me too. I don't like this called sprite 1. So let's go over to the sprite, hit the I for information, and let's rename it paddle. Okay, there. Now it's actually called paddle. So if we go back to the ball, when it's touching paddle, then it's going to change direction, it'll play the sound, and then last but not least, it is going to change the score by 1. So now if we were to play the game, the sound makes a pop, and then anytime you end up hitting the paddle, you get a point. Okay, and as you can see in the corner, the score is increasing every time it hits the paddle, but not every time it hits the edge. And that is an easy way to keep score in a game like Pong.